Hello, everyone. Google Classroom is essential for us to use in our hybrid and remote learning environments that we're providing our students, but also Bitmoji Virtual Classrooms are very popular right now. So why don't we combine the two and create one to personalize your banner? So to do that, you would need to open up a Google Slides. And on our Google Slides, we need to start with File, and we're going to go down to Page Setup. On page setup, we need to change this to custom, and we need to change inches to pixels. A good background banner for a Google Classroom is 800 by 200. So you will type that in there, and then I want you to hit apply. And it changes to this longer banner that looks very similar to the banner size of Google Classroom. Now on here, we will get rid of these text boxes. I'm just going to go up to Layout and click on Blank. Now, the fun part starts. We are going to start making our background, and the background will be the exact same background throughout all of these slides. I'm going to show you how to do stop animation and then use an add-on called Creator Studio to make that animated GIF so then you can upload it to Google Classroom. So let's jump in and get started. We will choose an image, and we want to use the Google image search. I have typed in wall and floor background. You can type anything you want. If you are not really into Bitmoji Virtual Classrooms, think about another style that you would like your banner, that you would like to add some animation to. So I'm going to stick with the one that I had used for my example. I'm going to click here, but remember you can scroll through here and find a whole bunch more. I'm going to click there, click on Insert, and you'll notice that it changed my background. Then I want you to click on Add to Theme, and that will add it to the theme for every single slide that we create. So we'll click there, and then we finally click Done. Now that we have the floor and the walls, we need to start adding items to our banner here. So we will go up to Insert and Image, and then we're going to search the web. One of the things that I like to add is a whiteboard. So we will do whiteboard transparent background, and we will search there. This one, we will go with this one here. Click there and press Insert. All right, so this looks pretty good, but I'm going to use my mover. I'm going to get my 4 arrows. I'm going to move it down here, and I'm going to resize it just a little bit. Oops. I'm going to get my arrow and just resize it just a little bit. Now I can personalize this board. We will insert a text box at the end, and we can make a greeting for our students. Now the next thing that I like to add is a bookshelf. So I will insert image, search the web, and I'm going to type in bookshelf. And we will use bookshelf transparent background again. And I really like this one that I used previously, but remember you can scroll through here and find anything that you like. I'm going to press Insert, and it will insert it here, and I'm going to go up to my handles here to get my arrows. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, get my mover, and I'm going to put it on the wall how I would like to arrange it. And then the last thing that I'm going to search for my example, but remember you can add as many features as you want to this example. And I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to get a chair. So this time, I'm just going to get rid of bookshelf and type in chair. You could do a different color or anything that you like, but we will use this. And you can scroll through here, finding a chair of your choice. And you can keep scrolling, but I'm going to go back up, and I think I'll use this one for today. Kind of goes well with the brick background. And I'm going to resize this, take this down just a little bit. All right, now I need to add my Bitmoji. Bitmoji is from an extension, so if you haven't downloaded this extension, you will need to go to the Chrome Web Store and download the Bitmoji. You will have to use your phone to make sure you are already signed up for Bitmoji for this extension to work, because there's no signing in unless you already have a created account on Bitmoji on a device other than a laptop or a computer. Okay, so I'm going to click on my Bitmoji extension, and I am going to type in the word pose. I'm going to look for a running pose or a walking pose. So as we scroll through here, we're looking for that running. And if I don't see it, I can try another search unless I looked over it. So we will, instead of poses, I'm going to type in running. And there we are, running. So I'm going to select her and I'm going to bring her down here. All right, so she's running, but she's facing the wrong way. So I'm going to just resize her, and then I'm going to right-click on my Bitmoji there, and I'm going to go to Format Options. And I need to turn her the other way. So you have size, you have rotation, position. So I'm going to say flip. Yep, and now she is facing the right way. And so I'm going to close this out. And then I'm going to move her over here so it looks like she's just starting at the beginning of the classroom. Okay, so now we have all of these set. One thing that I want you to do before we go to the next step, I want you to right-click on any of these images that we placed here. So we are going to select it, right-click on it, and I want you to go to the word order, and I want you to say send to back. Okay, nothing happens, but when I put her on top, it will be on the back and not on top of this image, okay? Because she will start running across the screen in just a little bit. So we'll move her back. And right there. So again, we're going to right click on each of these images and we will go down to order and we will go down to send to back. And again, right click, order, send to back. All right, now for the next step. This is going to be very, very repetitive and you have to do it a lot of times. We have to get our Bitmoji from here to sitting in the chair. So we will go up to slide, duplicate slide, and then we're on slide 2. We will select our Bitmoji and we will move her forward, I would say, with your arrow 3 times. So your arrow on your keyboard, press it 1, 2, 3. So she moved forward just 3 times. So again, we're doing some stop animation. This is kind of tedious, but it makes a beautiful GIF. So we will go again and repeat that process. You'll see that this process is repeated over and over. 1, 2, 3. And then again, slide, duplicate, slide. And you can do this quickly after you get really good at it. Slide, duplicate, slide, click on the Bitmoji, 1, 2, 3, and slide, duplicate, slide, 1, 2, 3. All right, so maybe at this point, I want to change my pose and I want her to jump in the air. So I will go to slide, duplicate slide, and I'm going to delete her. Actually, I'm going to leave her on because I want to make sure my other Bitmoji is about the same size as her. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to, you can type in pose would be a good one for this. And I want her or my Bitmoji kind of jumping up in the air. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to put my Bitmoji right there. I'm going to resize her a little bit. So she's about the same size. And then I'll delete that other one. Okay, and I'm going to put her up a little bit more like she's jumping. And the last position was here, so I'm going to scoot her over just a little bit. And I will delete this one now. All right, so she is jumping. Now, if you really wanted to get serious and really do the stop animation, we could duplicate the slide and we could move her up 3 times so she's jumping up in the air. So we will go to duplicate slide again, and then we will do up 3 times. And now we will take her back down. So we will duplicate slide, click on her, take her down 3 steps, and slide, duplicate slide, click on her again, and down. Now we will go up to slide, duplicate slide again, and you can have a lot of fun with this. So I'm going to change her back to the running pose, but I really just need to borrow it from this slide. So I'm going to click on this slide and I'm going to put it on this slide. So I will delete her and we will put her about right here. Okay, so she's jumped in the air and jumped back down, and now we repeat over and over and over again, and we will move her 3 forward, duplicate the slide. So as you can see, very tedious, but I'm going to pause the video and get all of these done. I'm going to get her all the way done, and over here you will repeat the same process until she is in front of the chair. All right, so I have moved my Bitmoji to about in front of my white screen. One of the things that we truly needed to do at the beginning, if we were going to write a message on this board, we would have wanted to do that before we started duplicating these slides. Otherwise, you have to write the message on all of them. So my tip for you, if you are going to personalize this anymore, get done with the personalization, get whatever message you want to write on the board. The one that I have on my board right now is, it just says, happy you are here. Remember, check the stream and classwork tabs, and you can write anything on your board you want and add any more backgrounds. So I'm going to pause this again and continue to work, but I wanted to add that in the video. All right, now that she's almost to the chair, I want to turn her the other way so we can get her in a sitting position facing the way of the chair. So I'm going to click on her and I'm going to right click again, and I'm going to go to Format Options. And again, I'm going to flip her the other way. So now we are going to leave it like this. And we are going to duplicate a slide again, and I'm going to search up here, sitting. And so we have her sitting now, and we will need to reposition and resize that she, oops, got some right clicks going. And we'll get her on the chair, hopefully. And a little bit more. Oh, yes, okay. Now, she's on the chair. What I like to do, I'm going to delete this one. And I like to duplicate my slides with her just in the sitting position, because if you'll notice, she sits and she pauses here before she moves. If I don't do another slide with her just sitting, then it will just immediately start over and it won't look like she has sat at all. So what I will do, I will just go to slide, duplicate slide, and keep duplicating these for a few times. Okay? So she will be in the sitting position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay. Now that we have all of these, and it took us 34 slides to get this done. We have one more thing to do in Google Slides, and then we will go to Google Classroom and we will upload our GIF or GIF. Add-ons, I need you to go to add-ons. If you do not have Creator Studios, Creator Studio, you will go down to Get Add-ons, and you will add that by typing in a search Creator Studio up here, and it will allow you to add it. Type it, press enter, and then mine's already installed, but you would click here on it and you would press install right here. Okay, now that I already have it, and once you do, you will go down here to where it says create a GIF or GIF, and you will click there and it will start working. And I'm going to hide this so you can see that it says working down here. And it's still working. We'll just give it a minute. And it will come up with Creator Studio. Now there's a few things that you need to change. We need the pixels to be 800. I like to change this not to every 2 seconds. That's way too fast, way too slow. She won't be running. She will be walking very slowly. So I like 0.2. A lot of people like 0.5. You can play around with it. The last thing that you need to do on here is click on go because it's already set to animate a GIF. And it will spin and it will tell us that it is ready. So we will let that work and then we will go to Google Classroom and upload this. So it says render is complete. You need to go to this download button. It will download it right here. Now, if I had a title for this up here, it would be name that title. Now I'm going to go back here where it says upload photo. Now this is a real test. You have to see if you like it or not. So you're going to drag and drop this right here and it will upload and it will say changing right here and here it goes. Let's see. She's running. She turns and she's sitting. See how that was real quick? And that was just 6 slides of her sitting. So you can add more if you would like her to pause there more, and you can see that she's jumping up and down. So this is how you use Google Slides to create that animated GIF and those changes that you need to make in Google Slides to make this happen. And then you simply just upload it to Google Classroom.